Good morning from Dumaguete, Philippines. And we got Ray, the #1 dog, woof woof, in the house. Welcome, Ray. How you doing, Ray? I'm just walking, you know me, giving this a little test drive, testing the 5G. I actually did picked up my passport, my 2-month extension. But yeah, I was down this way between Unitop and Greenwich Pizza. The immigration is down there to the right. Pretty simple to get to. But I like testing it out a little bit to see if I can keep a signal while I'm walking. I know it's tricky, but I'm gonna try. At least until I get down by the water here. Yeah, my buds aren't in. So Fallon, I'm reading your comment here. You said you're feeling very sad today. I had a bit of a cry today. Well, I'm sorry you're feeling down. Maybe watching the live stream will make you feel a little better. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. I'm glad you're here, though. I'd say you're better off hanging out here. There's a lot of positive energy here, especially in the Philippines. So, again, I apologize for any noise. I don't have my earbuds in. I'm kind of walking down the street here in Dumaguete. This is where it all goes down. Busy, 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 busy. And then you just kind of put your life in God's hands and you cross the road and you eventually get there. It's no big deal. People here in Dumaguete are very polite, you know. They let you get through when you need to get through, and it's nice. But welcome anybody who's here. If you don't know me, my name's Michael, but I appreciate you guys being here on my live stream. Don't be afraid to say hello. Let me know where you're from. Yeah, head down near the water where I always go. Ah, nice, Ray. Lynn went to the store. I requested chicken and shrimp pancit. Can't go wrong with that. Usually it's pancit or rice. They go hand in hand. If you get one, you don't get the other, or you get both. Maybe you'll get rice and pancit, Ray. You'll be spoiled. But yeah, another beautiful, beautiful day here in the Philippines. As I was saying, went and picked up my passport with my 2-month extension. Cost me 1,960 pesos, so it's not too bad. Basically, it's like a tax. That's the way I look at it. I pay a 2-month tax to be able to visit another country, which, quite honestly, that's not bad at all. And then you get to this intersection here. Can be a little crazy, but like I said, you just end up eventually walking out and getting out. Someone will let you sneak out and you just go. Ruben says, Filipino girls are fun. Yeah, they're definitely Filipino girls, in my opinion, are the most beautiful women in the world. Asian women in general, but Philippines. I'm gonna put my AirPods in. Use the AirPods. Behind you, buddy. Ellie feet. Maybe you are behind me. I don't know. You guys forced me to turn around anyway. At least you got a good joke. You always get me. But welcome, Ellie feet, wherever you're at. I had somebody on a live stream one time say, "Hey, I'm behind you. Why don't you come back here and join me for a beer?" And I was like, "Well, I don't drink." And he's like, "Oh, it's all right. You can come back." And it's funny because right behind me was a bar, so they actually recognized where I was at. It was funny. But yeah, like I when I was on good friend Michael Thriving Expats his channel, he was just talking about how important it is, like being a vlogger and uh, sharing your experiences on through YouTube and how it allows everyone to, be in your shoes, see things through your eyes. It's kind of cool. Have that's so very true. Think about all the people that you know can't travel somewhere because of health reasons. Uh, they can't travel due to maybe financial reasons. So it's almost like it's an obligation to, bring your experiences here in the Philippines to other people throughout the world that maybe have dreams or wish they could be in the Philippines, but they can't. Um, as well as obviously, hopefully, people like me, Ray in the Philippines, Michael with Thriving Expat, and numerous other people that vlog and share their life through YouTube. Hopefully they can inspire and motivate other people uh, to come to the Philippines. But yeah, yeah, it's definitely a breezy day. Hope the AirPods help. We got, like I said, Ellie Feet said he's behind me. Ruben says Filipino girls are fun. Welcome, Ruben. And we got John Paul says hello. Um, welcome to Castaway Drift live stream. That's my channel name, Castaway Drift. We'll see how long I can sit on this wall because uh, I always tell people these walls get kind of hot. Although I don't mind the heat, but if you're sitting and it's been in the sun, you could probably cook an egg on this stuff. But yeah, another beautiful day in Dumaguete, Philippines. And again, if you don't know me, my name's Michael. I'm from United States, Pennsylvania to be exact. Born and raised in Pennsylvania, and lived in Florida for 2 years also. And if I'd still be in the United States, I would hopefully probably be living in Florida. But either way, if I was in Pennsylvania and Florida, I would definitely be working. I would still be working. I wouldn't be able to enjoy this like I am now. Uh, Shelly Dawn says, "How about American women? Still a good place?" Of course. I think women are beautiful women all over the world. We just all have different, I guess, preferences, what you're attracted to, what you're not attracted to. I think all women are beautiful in their own way. Uh, yeah, I don't really have an opinion one way or another, other than everybody's beautiful, in my opinion. I just have a bias towards the Asian Philippine women. That's it. But thanks for the question, Shelly Dawn. Um, Uh, Art Parks says, "What's happening, Michael and Che?" It's just me, Art Parks. It's just me. Che, like, well, earlier today I had to stop at immigration to pick up my passport. I still have yet to walk to the mall. Che is making, the one day she went for chicken and they didn't have the chicken breast that she wanted. So she's going to get chicken. What else was she getting? She's going to Lee Plaza to look for some things, measuring spoons and stuff like that. Yeah, she's doing her thing and I'm doing mine, but all is good, all is well. Uh, but thank you for being here, Art Park Garden. John Vasquez is here. He says, "Hi, Castaway." Hi, John. How you doing, my friend? Thanks for stopping by. Another beautiful day in the Philippines. How can I say? Nice breeze. There's definitely a breeze, and that explains why I have my AirPods in my ears. There's definitely a good breeze. Feels good to me, but I want to make it sound good for you guys as well. Um, uh, B24RIZ says, I think she's asking if American women are happy in the Philippines. I haven't met that many American women here in the Philippines, so uh, I couldn't really answer that question one way or another. I've seen some foreign women. I don't know about uh, American women, but maybe, yeah, maybe that's what that individual is asking. Shelly Dawn says, I'm thinking about retiring there. Um, have you ever visited here, Shelly Dawn? Have you ever been here? I mean, I always recommend to anybody. I mean, it goes for myself before I came here the first time. Um, it's good to just come here for a while and see if you like it, see if you embrace the culture, that kind of stuff. But yeah, they're honestly, when I stumbled across anything Philippines related, obviously I've always had heard about Philippines, but never gave it much thought. And then I started searching for just like tropical island, warm weather locations all over the world. And whether it was on YouTube or Google or something, Philippines, everything started coming up. So then that's kind of how I started educating myself about the Philippines. And got hooked up and, with people on YouTube that were bloggers already living here, reached out to some of them, and then they kind of helped me, uh, guided me throughout the process as to, if I were to travel here, uh, what's necessary, what's needed, just so I wasn't clueless. I've never flown halfway around the world until I got here to the Philippines. So, yeah, I'm blessed and thankful that I had those individuals, YouTubers that helped me out. And then I've met nothing but amazing and wonderful people here in the Philippines. So that's a good thought, Shelley Dawn, to consider retiring in the Philippines. I mean, you can ask me. I have like 14 months experience being here in the Philippines, but uh, if I can't answer your question, I'm sure there's going to be somebody else that could in this chat. Uh, VWM says, "Are you a Dior Savage guy?" I don't even know what a Dior Savage guy is, but I appreciate the question, but I'm not sure what that means. My apologies. Uh, Ray says, "Hey to John." Ray says, "I couldn't find the alien emoji on my other phone." Then we got Jason Effect here says, "You are live again. Awesome. Curious if you are retired and living the dream or if you are working remotely." I'm retired and living my dream, Jason. I'm retired. Uh, this live stream thing is, yeah, for past few weeks, I guess you could say I've been doing it daily. I definitely enjoy it. I definitely enjoy the engagement with people with similar interests or who are, aspiring to maybe come to the Philippines someday. So, yeah, I'm retired. I guess if I have a job, it's YouTube. And what a job to have because I love it and enjoy it and love sharing my emotional feelings with everybody. Wake up happy every day. And now I'm in my spot. I come to my spot. I did do a little bit of walking and then I went to immigration to pick up my passport. It was completed for my 2 month extension. They do 2 months at a time here and took care of that. And then after this, I got to walk to the mall to take care of some odds and ends. But other than that, yeah, I'm here with you guys. Um, but thank you, Jason, for being here. Definitely retired, living the dream. John says hi to Ray. VWM said, "Am I CIA?" No, I'm not. That'd be an interesting job, that's for sure. Um, they have an interesting life. But no, I think if I was that, I'd be too busy to be traveling all over the place and enjoying myself. But thanks, VVM36. Ray says, currently have Michael and Gino up. Jason says I've got audio. Well, that's good. I'm glad you have audio. Oh no, are you serious? It says muted. Uh, had to swipe out and back in. It happens sometimes. So I guess we're all good now. I'm assuming. My apologies if it got muted, Jason. Just let me know if you're good. Uh, oh, okay. Yes, you hear now. Okay, got it. I can hear him weird. Yeah, it's these AirPods. Like I said, I know it's this breezy here at the ocean. And I know if I don't have these in, you'll get a lot of the breeze in the background, which, like I said, I could try and walk other places, but I risk losing the reception. Although this is really good for 5G unlimited data through my smart eSIM card. Um, so Ray said had to swipe back in and out. But welcome, Stone Cold. Thank you for being here. My apologies on the audio. I'm a work in progress. Uh, Ray said it happens sometimes. Jason says, I'm not retired and have had to prep for the past couple of years to be able to work remotely as a consultant so I can move there in February with my Asawa. So your girlfriend. Well, that's good. I've met mm, very few people that work here from, Western United States, Canada, somewhere. I've met very few people that are currently working here, remotely. Um, that I can't really give you that much information on because I don't know a lot about it. Now I know Filipinos that live here that obviously are from here that work from home, but their job is an American job. One friend of mine has a very good job, kind of like consultant level kind of stuff. Um, always on his laptop. Um, but yeah, he's Filipino, and his employer is from the United States. Um, Felicia says Felicia din Romania. So Felicia's from Romania, everybody. Thank you, Felicia, for being here. Welcome from Romania. Welcome from Romania. Chief, hello, Chief. Good evening for you. 10:30 in West Virginia for the Chief. 10:30. Welcome, Chief. How you doing? How's your grandchild? How are you feeling? How you doing with that passport? I just actually, the only reason I'm bringing up passport is I was just at immigration because I dropped it off, I guess, December 5th or 6th. And then I had to pick it up today. The extension is complete. Paid 1,960 pesos for the 2-month extension. So that's done, over with, taken care of. But welcome, Chief. Thank you for being here. To discuss the difference between dogs and donkeys. One's a dog and one's a donkey. I really don't know. And if I had to have one or the other, I'd probably choose a dog. I don't have any experience with donkeys whatsoever. But very different question. Can't say I've ever had that question asked before, the difference between dogs and donkeys. Chief says, what's Che cooking? You know what, Chief? I'm sure it'll be something chicken related. Uh, I don't know for sure, but usually it's chicken, fish. Occasionally, if I eat beef Angus beef, I just eat that for breakfast with my eggs. Shay really doesn't have a desire for beef that much. Once in a while, but not really. Uh, but thanks for the question, Chief. If she was on here watching, she could fill you in. Sophie says, on a happier note, I did a basketball training session today. Well, that is definitely a happier note. I love basketball, play a lot of basketball. Definitely get a nice workout playing basketball because there's lots of running involved. Love basketball. Plus, that's good for you to do to help keep you busy from an exercise perspective, but yet keeping your mind mentally, while your mother's dealing with her situation. I'm just glad you're here, so you're always in my thoughts. Ray says, hey to Chief. Chief says, Ray, my brother. Zach Hunter, 8364, with a very cool complimentary comment. What's up, John Claude and Tom? Ah, thank you. I'm not nearly as big as John Claude Van Damme. I'm not even a celebrity like him. Not as financially secure as Jean Claude Van Damme, but Zach Hunter, appreciate the compliment. Where are you from, Zach Hunter? Welcome to Castaway Drip live stream here in Dumaguete, Philippines. I was out walking around, taking a break, and I do my live streams here by the water. I'm from the United States, if you didn't catch that. Chief says, Ray, would you tell Miss Lynn hello for me, from me? Ray, I'm sure you'll take care of that. Josh Wilson is here. Josh says, Chief, how do you say brother from another mother in Filipino? Yeah, I definitely don't know that. You can educate me too, Josh. Um, John Vasquez says, Sir Chief. Jason says, Jason Effect. Why is this sticking? Most American men in Philippines are retired. LOL. My wife calls me her overseas American worker. I'm basically a digital nomad. Gotcha. Affords me the freedom as long as I have internet, which is spotty in the Philippines. That is definitely true when it comes to being spotty. Um, until I can financially spoil myself with a, um, you know what I'm getting at, the Starlink, Tesla Starlink device. It's spotty. I kind of find my spots with my smart card 5G unlimited data, which I'm on now and seems to be working really well. Um, but yeah, that's the goal someday, Josh, to have Starlink. That way I can really just take you guys wherever I walk, wherever I go, show you what I see, experience things through my eyes. It's the best way to put it. Chief says, Josh, I really don't know how to say that. And John says, hello. KKKKK says, okay, my good friend, with the thumbs up emoji. Elliot James says Fiji. Are you from Fiji, Elliot James? That's the only thing that I can relate the word Fiji to. But welcome, Elliot James. My name's Michael. I'm from the United States, living abroad here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Out for a walk like I do every day at a very popular location in Dumaguete called the Boulevard, or, another name you could call it would be like a boardwalk. Um, I love it here in the Philippines, so that's why I do my live streams. Uh, excuse. You are famous, Michael Walker. Ray is also a big deal. A big deal, I think you meant, because when I read dill, I'm thinking dill pickle. But I guess Ray could be a dill pickle if he wanted to be too. You get that, Ray? He says, I'm famous, Michael Walker, and you're also a big deal. I know you meant big deal, Chief. I'm just teasing you. Justin Kirchensteiner says, you guys know about 2G 1C. I have no idea what 2G 1C is, but if you're willing to explain it, I'm willing to read it and learn about it because I have no idea. But thank you, Justin, for being here. I can learn something in these live streams too. Ray says, I will when she gets back from the store, Chief. Yeah, she's getting taken care of, Ray. She's getting him some chicken, some shrimp, making pancit. She's taking care of her super SG. She's taking care of her SG, Ray. Bicorn Properties said, you got this, my man. Don't let life get you down. Never. Especially here in the Philippines. I wake up happy every day. And I hope new people that come into the live stream that maybe live somewhere else and are maybe thinking about life later, what could you do to live life, do something exciting, fun. And if you're a warm weather person, maybe I inspired you. I don't know. I hope I do. I get excited every day I wake up here in the Philippines, every day. blessed to be alive and blessed to be here. And yeah, I love it here in the Philippines. So that's why I share my life. You can check out my channel as well. Watch the videos, see if there's anything that interests you. But for me, what you see is what you get. Um, I get excited. I like to talk a lot if that isn't obvious. But yeah, thank you, Buy Corn Properties. Justin says, what do you think about Harry Lauder? Well, I know about Harry Potter, but Harry Lauder, I don't know. Harry Potter movies, I love Harry Potter movies, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched any movies in quite a long time. I'm too busy. Especially Harry Potter, especially like the extended ones. Love Harry Potter though. Love Harry Potter series, Game of Thrones series, Lord of the Rings series. Lots of movies I liked and enjoyed, but here in the Philippines, I just don't have time. I'm too busy walking out and about in the Philippines, uh, enjoying each and every day. Looking forward to taking other trips to other islands when financially that affords itself, and then just being happy, sharing my happiness here on live stream. Oh, so it was Harry Potter. Ah, Harry Potter, love it. Love the movies. Now, I'm not a book reader, and I know people that read the books say the books are even better than the movies, and I'm sure they are because books are always more detailed than the movies. But I'm not a book person. I'm an audio book person. I do like audio books. But thank you, Justin. Yes, I'm a big fan of Harry Potter. Chief says, "Is she getting Red Horse?" Uh, Ray. Uh, Matt Matt Choir says Harry Sukler. Suckler. I don't know anybody named Harry, or maybe he meant Harry Potter. Maybe that's what. Uh, Justin says maybe thinking about Dylan. Uh, I don't think so, Chief. He's laughing. Justin with the dill, you know what, pickle. Uh, Chief says, haven't you seen Ray's shirt? Yeah, probably doesn't have one on, Chief. He probably doesn't have a shirt on. Uh, Big gay here. It's all right if you're gay, Matt. You're allowed. I'm gay too, but I'm happy, and but to each his own. I have a beautiful Filipina here, but most people, what's kind of interesting. I've learned, and Ray, you probably can attest to this and comment to this, Ray. Do you ever notice, like, when you're super guapo and you're guapo here in the Philippines, not only do women think you're beautiful, but so do the men. And I guess if you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Uh, but Matt says, you don't have to pretend to have a girlfriend. No, I don't have to pretend. I do have a girlfriend. Uh, Plenty of beautiful Filipinas here, but I appreciate it, Matt. If only you knew me. If you were here in the Philippines, you'd know I'd have a girlfriend. So I guess it's easy for you to just make up stuff online. That's what do we call it? The internet social media muscles, just like saying stuff is, but hey, I always say, I'm not saying you're a troll, but trolls need friends too. You guys need friends too. Um, how much money you need if you're living in LA, California to have a week vacation in Philippines? How much money would you need if you're living in LA? I mean, the most expensive thing for you, Ramon, is going to be your airline ticket. But being that you're already in California, you're really close. I don't know what an airline ticket would cost from California, San Francisco, LA to the Philippines. But once you get here for a week, you could rent an apartment, fairly nice, really inexpensive. Like some places are $30, $20 a night. Depends on what's important to you, Ramon. I don't know what hotel would meet your expectations. Um, and food isn't necessarily all that expensive here either, Ramon. Uh, Matt says, get out of the closet. I'm not in a closet. I'm on the beach. Does it look like I'm in a closet? If I was in a closet, you'd see hangers hanging above me or jackets or clothing in a closet. You can't tell them at the beach. I'm at the by the ocean in Dumaguete, Philippines. I'm a Thor. If it's okay, you're still welcome. Way to go, Chief. Kill him with kindness. That's what I like to do. Kill him with kindness. He's in depression. Well, dude, if I'm depressed and I'm as happy as I am, wow. Wonder what a happy person's like if I'm considered depressed. Damn. I'm glad you're so observant. I don't know what job you must be like one of those special doctors that can just read people very well. But hey, welcome, Math. Keep having at it. Whatever you say, you just make me laugh. I eat people like you up. So does a lot of my friends here in the chat. We eat you guys up and spit you out. I'm sorry, but you guys are entertaining. But like I say, trolls need friends too. I'm gonna make a shirt say trolls need friends. Jason says over a foot of snow in Michigan and Pennsylvania the last couple of days. Holy crap! That must be maybe in Western PA because my parents are in Central PA and they didn't mention anything about them getting hit with any snow. I talked to them today. You're tired of the snow. I'm living vicariously through you right now. My flight in February cannot come soon enough. Jason, I appreciate that. I wish you could be here. I hope everybody, and for the most part, everybody I've met that's come to the Philippines, they basically uh, are very similar excitement and happiness being here in the Philippines. It is definitely super nice and super beautiful and happy. And you don't have to be doing much of anything right here. Every day is like a Friday to me. I lose track of days. I don't know what day of the week it is. I'm just happy to be here every day, even if it's simply just going for a walk. I mean, you're basically on a never-ending vacation at the beach. Warm weather, warm climate, you know. But it'll come here quick, Jason. Trust me, it'll be here quick. Nick Greer says, "Do you own a security company?" No, I don't. I don't own any companies whatsoever. I'm here in the Philippines, living my dream, retired, happy, wonderful, amazing girlfriend. Jason, we are getting more snow tonight. Oh boy, West Virginia's getting more snow, Ray. Be safe, have your snow blower gassed up, or make sure you got your salt to spread, or whatever you do, Chief. I'm sure you have all that set. But most importantly, make sure you got your backup beer so you don't have to be going out on those roads. Ray says, I just turned on all messages. LOL. Yeah. Justin says, can I do a black backflip? No, I cannot. I do not know how to do a backflip, and I would not even attempt it. I'm sorry to disappoint you. J Boy's here. Hello, J Boy says, hey, Michael. How you doing, J Boy? You know me. Fired up, happy as hell. Sunshine, a little bit of clouds, but that's all right. Beautiful day. Got my passport picked up today because I had dropped it off last week to get my 2 month extension. Just did the normal extension, not the expedited extension. Uh, pay 1,960 pesos for the extension. You're welcome, J Boy. Chief says hi, J Boy. Ray says I'm going to get a stuffed Hello Kitty for when I do my ironic sleep stream. That'll be wild. Like I said, live stream is live, Ray. So when you're sleeping, if you do anything weird through the night, everybody's gonna know before you do, before you wake up. So yeah, that would be interesting. But yeah, I'd be too worried about doing some weird stuff. Uh, Ray says, I definitely don't have a shirt on. There you go. I knew it. I didn't think you would. J Boy says, hey, Chief. Ray says, I'm gay, but not homosexual. Yeah, we're happy. Because if you look up the definition of gay, it's happy. Ray has a shirt with a pickle, says he's a big dill. Ah, now that's where that came from. I was thinking you had a typo, Chief, but now that makes sense. Uh, J Boy says, as long as you have your pants on, Ray. Yeah. Um, I love. I'm just gonna say, I love Ace is Filipinas. I love Ace says I love the Filipinos. Yeah, Filipino women are beautiful here. Not many out right now. It's in the early morning. It's too hot. Not for me, but it's too hot. Maybe on some of the back streets if I start walking. This is more open, not enough shade. But welcome, I love A2. Uh, Justin says everything can be a pickle if you're brave enough. I guess I like cucumbers that are made into pickles. Yeah, I love dill pickle. I'm not a big fan of sweet pickle relish. Ray says pants, sweater pants, exactly. I love says it's pretty cheap. J Boy says laughing at Ray. Chief says hello to J Boy. J Boy hi to Chief. Ray says I'm either in underwear or shorts. I don't really own or want to own pants. Yeah, I don't want to own anything. EF554 says he's speaking for himself. Yes, I definitely am speaking for myself. Um, Det says, "Hey, Michael, why do you have a backpack on? Where are you going?" Basically, I went and picked up my passport, so I put that in my backpack, and then I'm going to the mall. And if I'm buying a few things, I don't want to carry the bags. I'd rather just have it in a backpack. So that's why. After this live stream, I'm going to walk to the mall. I would attempt to walk into the mall, and maybe I'll do it after a little bit longer on the live stream and see how the data holds up, and maybe I'll take you on a walk and just go until it cuts out. Uh, but yeah, that's where I'm going. Zach Hunter said $30 would get you a motel in LA. And I'm sure there's even cheaper, Zach. I'm like when I've been here, I've stayed in like $30 hotels, but they also have a rooftop pool. They're very nice. They would cost a lot more in the United States. So prices are much different here for what you get. I'm just thinking of hotels when I've been here that I stayed in, Zach. It was like $30, 25 to $30, had a rooftop pool, had buffet breakfast from 6 to 10. You could literally sit there and eat from 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock. Um, do the research, get on Google. People are looking to come here, and you look at the hotel and figure out what's good enough for you. Um, but they do have a variety, and they definitely are cheaper here compared to the same thing in the US. But then again, maybe there are $30 motels in LA with a rooftop pool and brand new and uh, beautiful rooms and buffet breakfast. I don't know. I love says I heard they got femboys there. Yeah, there's all sorts of things. To each his own. You know what I mean? That's their life. That's their choice. That's their happiness. I know what my happiness is, and I basically just worry about myself. I don't care about what other people do. Um, if they want help, I'm always here to help them. But yeah, I can't worry about things I can't control. It's only me. Chief says I just need beer and bologna to survive anything. There you go. The snowstorm survival kit: beer and bologna. That says hello to everyone. She says hi to Det. Det says Ray's not wearing a shirt. Oh no, it's the pink Utongs. Exactly. I have nightmares about that stuff, Det. Nightmares. Ray says I'll design it and send you the picture for you to bring to a t-shirt shop to make Michael. Det says howdy chief. J Boy says Ray should make a shirt with a picture of his Utongs. That would be funny. Make it like the same like color of your skin, and it almost looks like you don't have a t-shirt on, but you do. That would be funny. JB, yeah, he says, I like that idea. Show my bare chest even with a shirt on. Exactly. Or you could just get saran wrap, make a saran wrap t-shirt. She says, I keep a 30 pack at the foot of my bed for snow emergencies. Do you keep any of your beer outside, like on a back front porch there, Chief, to keep it nice and cold? Do you ever do that? Or like your garage? A lot of people's garages aren't heated and they just store their beer in the garage. Um, that says, or a shirt that has a big banana print on it, tattoo. Josh is laughing at Chief. Chief says, Ray, I think you need a Hello Kitty tattoo. Yeah. Could you imagine that? I would donate to that. Yeah, I think you might get a lot of people donating to that. Oops, sorry, I had to wipe my phone off. Walter Matthews said the rapture is about to happen. It will happen. Question is when. Walter says, Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Liam Jones said, um, I'm gay and happen to be a homosexual. That's perfectly fine, Liam Jones. It's your life, whatever makes you happy. Walter Matthews said, repent now, Jesus is coming. Chief says, Liam Jones, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. Exactly. Agree. Uh, Ray says, agree. Chief. Aladdin Sane says, I just shot the bed. You better clean up that bed, Aladdin Sane, because you know what I mean? You shat in it. You're the one that's got to clean it up. Liam Jones says, thank you, bro. You're welcome, Liam. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Chief says, Brother Ray, you taught me to think like that. Liam Jones says we don't judge here. Exactly. Insert name here. Brian says, afternoon, Michael and Shay, if she is there. Hello, Brian. Shay is not here. I went and got my passport, picked that up with my extension. Then I got to walk to the mall. She's going and getting chicken and something else because the other day she went to get boneless chicken breasts and they were out of them. So she's going back to do that and some other things like measuring spoons. But welcome, Brian. Ray says, awesome, Chief. Makes life easier when you're not worrying about what other people do to be happy. It's exactly right. I can't worry about other stuff. I'm busy being happy. Brian says, afternoon, everyone. Brian says, hey, Ray. Bazooka Snipe says, hi. Hello, Bazooka Snipes. Welcome. Where are you from? My name is Michael. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, talking to all you wonderful people. That's what I'm doing. It's a beautiful day here in Dumaguete, Philippines, and I'm happy and loving life. Uh, Ray says hi to Brian. Chief says, Ray, I just want to be happy and not interfere with anybody else's happiness. That's exactly right. Focus on focus on you and your happiness. Simple. Uh, if everybody would do that, I just think maybe the world would be a lot better of a place. Um, all we can do is open the door for people. It's up to them to walk in or not. It's their choice. Um, Chief says, Brian, hi. Brian says, hey to Chief. Ray said, that's the two-part Ray's rules, Chief. Det says, hey to Brian. Chief says, Ray, it makes life easier. It certainly does. It's called minding your business, minding your own business. That's what it's called. Uh, as long as somebody's good and happy and can be kind and nice in my live stream, that's all I want. Rest in peace, Joe Rogan died so soon. I can't believe it. I didn't know that. Had no idea that happened to Joe Rogan. Uh, a Bowie fan, says Brian. Gloria says, girl stands for guy in real life. Hmm. Never looked at it that way, but I guess, yeah. Chief says, Brian, hello, I missed you. And then we have Mansoor Shazad that says, hi, sir. Hello. Just going to call you Mansoor, but welcome, Mansoor. Nice to see you. Good morning, good evening, wherever you're at. Insert name says, thanks, Chief. No, you got me. And Chief says, last one on here, Brian, I had a few coffees and wanted to make sure I didn't miss you. Uh, Brian says, LOL, fair, Chief. Ah, that's good. I'm caught up. It's kind of nice. Yeah, I still haven't gotten my other. I gotta get a coffee yet too. My number two. Had my mushroom coffee in the morning. That's it. Breakfast. Yeah, Brian. I kind of figured Joe Rogan was still alive because I would have known that if he wasn't, or it happened ever since I got on a live stream. Uh, yeah. And we got Mr. Dave. Dave Travel here says, "Hi, cute drift. I didn't realize Altoona, PA was where Luigi Mangione got arrested in McDonald's." Yeah, that's apparently where that little charade took place. And I don't know how much I even believe any of that stuff. So, yeah, I won't even get into it. That whole thing is going on for too long. It's like one big movie with changing and plots and twists and turns. It don't take that long to figure out stuff. I just think it's drama. Look this way, but not that way. That's what it is. It's distractions. Um, Brian says, Joe. All right. Ray said t-shirt design sent. I did see it pop up, Ray. I'll check that out here. I'll check that out in 1 second. Um, Jason Effect says Joe Rogan didn't die. It was a hoax. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't hear anything. Like I said, it could have happened after the fact that I did a live stream, but Um, yeah, I think I would have been getting like automatic notifications on my phone if that happened. Ray says Lynn is back and said hi to Chief. Hello, Lynn. How are you, Lynn? Welcome back with the chicken, shrimp, and pancit dinner for Ray. Brian says hi to Lynn. Susan Brander Beetle says, remember when the TV shows didn't pause every 2 seconds? Very confusing for the young ones today. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't even watch enough TV to know the channel's even pausing. Uh, but thank you, Susan Brander Beetle, for being here. Welcome. And Chief, uh, from one brother to another brother. Thank you very much, Chief. That whole have a coffee on me, brother. Definitely. You guys, again, humbling. Your generosity is very humbling. What you do, Chief, as well as many, many other people. And we all know who they are. And you guys are all blessings and so generous. And just to give us your time on our live streams to support our channels is more than anything I could ever ask for. So, Chief, when you spoil me like this, um, just these things you just never forget. I'll never forget everything your generosity towards me. And if I was still living in Pennsylvania, I'd certainly be close enough to you that hell, I could meet you, not for beer. I'd get you a beer, but I'd get coffee. West Virginia is not that far from where I grew up in Pennsylvania. But thank you, Chief. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you. That says, what does mushroom coffee taste like? Well, it depends on what kind you get. That's what I'm learning. Because I've met people that have gotten mushroom coffee and said it was awful. But I think those mushroom coffees that they got were nothing but ground up mushrooms without coffee infused in it. Probably wasn't done very well, very good. And uh, the only mushroom coffee that I can recommend that I know that tastes good, it tastes very well, tastes like coffee, has collagen in it, has amino acids in it, has four functional mushrooms in it, good for gut health, gut friendly. Uh, Although regular caffeine gives you that high and then you can crash, this just keeps you level. The L-theanine, natural L-theanine that's in it, everyday dose. That's the coffee that I can recommend that I've had. Now, my father recently got a brand called Cuppa, Cuppa, Cuppa. It's supposed to be very similar, rivals, everyday dose, which they're both made in the United States. But I've been told that they, hold on, I'm losing my spot here. Yeah, I'm back to, I've been told that a lot of people prefer Cuppa maybe over everyday dose. I would like to try Cuppa brand because they say there's more coffee infused in it with very similar ingredients. But uh, Amazon, for whatever reason, won't deliver that here to me. So I can't get that. Everyday Dose, they will deliver, which people have told me, well, if anything through Amazon in the Philippines, if it's food, you can't get it. I actually thought coffee might be considered in a food, but I guess not. So that's the mushroom coffee debt. Everyday Dose, love it. Is it cheap? No, but nothing that's good for you is cheap. People have to remember that. Everything that's good for you is usually expensive. And sometimes when it's expensive, a lot of people can't afford it. So they go to the cheaper alternative. Well, sometimes that cheaper alternative, the ingredients aren't necessarily that good for you either. But do your research. I recommend Everyday Dose. My father's had cuppa. He likes it, but he says he can't notice a difference, probably because he's older and dealing with a little bit of dementia. So that might tie into his thinking they're similar. But I love mushroom coffee. Love it, love it, love it. Feel great. Now I drink normal coffee too, but I definitely get more health, nutritional benefits out of Everyday Dose. Sorry for the long answer. Uh, Farak Mariza says, "Hey, have a good day. Thank you for being here. Welcome. My name's Michael. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines." That's a good question. Stale Fish Effect says, "How many times would you say you've hit rock bottom?" Whew, that's a distant memory right now because ever since I've been in the Philippines, I haven't experienced hitting rock bottom at all. But if I were just going to throw that out, stale fish effects, and that's a very interesting question. And other people should chime in on answer this as well. How many times would you say you've hit rock bottom? I know when I've been hurt by past relationships, cheated on, I felt like I hit rock bottom. Um, that definitely you feel like you've hit rock bottom. Times in my life growing up where you felt peer pressure from people who you thought were your friends and they really weren't your friends. Uh, they made me feel like I hit rock bottom. Being myself, and I'm talking years ago, just being myself with people that I thought were my friends, I wasn't good enough. Just being me wasn't good enough. And again, I was younger, not smart enough to realize that real friends would never do those things. But hell, five, maybe 10 times, maybe five times I felt like I hit rock bottom, but I always rose back up. Sometimes in life we have to hit rock bottom so we can rise back up. I just think, I mean, I know that sounds cliche and like a saying everybody would say, but coming here to the Philippines changed my life for the better. And that's the best way I can put it. Still fish effects. And I certainly don't hit rock bottom here. I'm wondering how much higher of a peak I can hit in happiness since I've been here in the Philippines. But great question. Very good question. Chief says, "Hello, Miss Lynn, my sister in law." Brian says, "Like and subscribe, people. Thank you, Brian." Det says, "Hi to Lynn." Ray says, "I told her, Chief." My gosh. Jason Effect, God bless you, my friend. You've always been a great supporter of mine. You as well as anybody. You don't need to do that. Um, I appreciate, like I said, I always believe I get these things. When you guys give me these super chats, they're blessings to me. That's what I call them. I refer to them as blessings, uh, gifts of goodness. That's what they are. They're gifts of goodness. And Jason, you work hard. You're still working. You're working hard. You're trying to get here to the Philippines. So uh, a little support for your channel, whether you need it or not. It'll be used. Trust me, Jason. And like your generosity and your just compassion and support of my channel, I'm never going to forget that. You're a very good person, Jason. Uh, I'm flattered and honored that you say, you live your life somewhat through me. I mean, I'm just Michael. I don't look at myself to be anything special, but I really greatly appreciate that. I'm happy that I can have that effect on people in their lives. whether they're going through good things or bad things. Sometimes that's all you need is a little positivity in your life. And if I can bring that to people, great. That's what I want to do. There's a lot of things I like to do as far as community related things here in the Philippines. And maybe someday I'll get into that, but I really like that's more of a personal thing I want to do. And I'm not looking for any type of someone. Art Chairs Parks brought that up the other day in my live stream, and it's just I feel like I have a calling here in the Philippines. Um, Aside from my happiness, but thank you, Jason Effect, and God bless you for that. Um, I'll never forget that, and I look forward to you coming here in February. Hopefully, you get to stop in Dumaguete. Uh, it's people like you that I hope to meet someday. Ray says, "Nice, Jason. Exactly. What a great guy, good friend." And remember, Jason, you can always reach out on me if you haven't already. My bio and my YouTube link. You got Facebook and Instagram. I communicate on both of those, so don't be a stranger. Anything you ever need, don't be a stranger, Jason. David is here. Hello, David. How are you doing, my friend? What's the, if you want to share, the latest and greatest? I'm just assuming you're still at an airport. My thoughts and prayers go out to you daily, David. Um, Again, you probably could have traveled to and from the Philippines to the United States probably more than 5 times by now, maybe more than that. But thank you for being here, David. I hope all is well. Chief says, good job, Jason Effect. Yeah. Again, God bless all you guys. Thank you for your kindness. Um, yeah, your goodness. Truly heartfelt. Blessed. I'm blessed. And if you want to say I'm lucky too, you can say I'm lucky too. Uh, Lucky blessings. Josh Wilson says, hey, David. And Josh, have you tried to cook anything lately? Just want to know. You tried to cook anything lately? David says hi to Josh. Chief says hello to David Jessup. Ray in the Philippines says, hey, daddy dog, woof, woof. I know I don't do it as good as you, Ray. Never will I be able to woof, woof. Maybe. But I don't drink. If I was drinking, I could probably do a good dog woof. David says hi to Chief. Ray says, how is Sassy holding up? Yeah, that's another good question. Sassy's got to be going stir crazy. I'd be going nuts. David says, okay, she's sleeping in my lap and snoring. Sounds like a good life for Sassy then. That's sounds like a good life. Josh says, we'll have to source your coffee out for you. That would be interesting. I wish they, obviously it's a domestic company in the United States. I would have nothing but good things to say. Like I would be a proud sponsor. That'd be awesome. Like if Butt First Coffee ever needed me to sponsor their coffee. Um, I love that stuff. And I could feel the difference. I mean, health wise, when it's got like stuff like collagen in it, it's good for your skin. Like, yeah, I just have nothing but positive things to say about uh Everyday Dose. I think I said Butt First Coffee, but I endorse them as well. They're the local coffee shop. J Boy says, does mushroom coffee have caffeine as well? Yes, it does. It has infused coffee within the mushroom that's basically ground up. And it's like an instant, J Boy. It's like you just put a 1 tablespoon and then you mix it with water, hot water. You could probably do it with you could probably do it with cold water, but cold water uh probably maybe wouldn't dissolve as quick, but I know people make ice coffee out of it and they use those little frothers to mix it up. So that's possible. You can make iced coffee, and I do like iced coffee. I have to admit, I like both. Um, Ray in the Philippines says, Michael, you bored Sassy to sleep. Maybe I just have that very smooth, pleasant kind of voice, and I can tend to put people to sleep. That's possible. That's possible. Maybe when I talk, I make people sleepy. I'm not going to doubt it. I'm not going to doubt it. Uh, Uh, what's that? You know what? I don't want a towel, but I'll do this instead. How about I just give you something? Would that be good? This is just, whoops, here. Hold your hand out. Take that and take that. But I don't need a towel. All right. You're welcome. All right. God bless you. See, I just had to help somebody out. I can't, I didn't, she was selling towels. I didn't want a towel, but I gave her money instead. Um, Sometimes I just can't help myself. And it's unfortunate. I wish they could. I mean, I guess if I really needed a towel, but I gave her money that what she would charge me for a towel, but that's good enough. Now I feel better. And so you just like, and you see so many young children working. Like, I don't know. She's maybe, I don't think she's any older than 10 years old. Oh, so yeah, I'm a have a soft heart when it comes to stuff like that. Again, sometimes my spirit pops into me and just says, Michael, help. And she just stood there. She wouldn't bother me or anything like that. She was actually smiling. I think she understood me in English when I was saying, I must have a pleasant voice and I don't make you sleepy or whatever like that. So, um, those are the things here in the Philippines that why I say that's my calling. Um, I believe it to be my calling is the charity aspect of it. And I'm sure a lot of other people experience those same things, but uh, it really hits home with me in my heart. So, uh, Charlie Kirk, no, I don't even want to read that. God bless Charlie Kirk. That's all I can say. Chief says, when you hit rock bottom, the only way left is to go up. Exactly. And then we got David with the spoiled super chat. Uh, David, and these are the reasons why it even makes it more humbling for me and my experience here in the Philippines, helping less fortunate people. Because I mean, the girls over there, selling towels, at least someone's buying. I'm like, I don't need a towel. Um, it's moments like these when do my best to try and help other people, especially people that I feel in my heart that I'm not saying that I don't know whether they do or they don't. I'm sure there's some people that take advantage of the situation and whatnot, but you always try to help people. And she's smiling. She's right here smiling with me right now. You want to say hi? This way, good person. Yep. You got to help people sometimes. They need friends. And like, uh, Ray, I know it's not the same with having a pet like we talked to before, like having pets and stuff. It's hard for me to have pets because I'm so close to people. And then if I'd have a pet, I would get so attached. It would be so hard for me because I know the lifespan of a pet isn't as long. So I help everybody I can. I just do, and whatever they do with it after it leaves my hands is fine. Um, that's just it hits my heart every time. God puts me in these situations, and uh, yeah, it's just very emotional. But thank you, David. I appreciate everything you do for me. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. Every one of you guys. The tree has a certain beauty to it. Yes, it does. Everything here in the Philippines has a certain beauty to it. It really does. Sorry for that. I just get emotional. Uh, but thank you, Chief, again. I don't know. It's like you guys donate to me, and then it's like, I have these moments that come up, and I've had other situations and stories that, I mean, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't make you shed a tear, but it makes me shed a tear when I have certain situations that have been put in front of me that I felt like if I didn't do something that it was gonna hurt me. Like, I don't know, it's so strange. Like I felt like there's certain people that I've seen that weren't even asking for money, and I've just out of the kindness of my heart, I would just go up to them on my own. They weren't even asking anybody, but you could tell they needed help. Those are the ones I've gone up to. Now, a lot of people will say maybe it's better for me to give food to people and help them in that manner um, versus money sometimes because people worry, like, where would the money be going or whatever. But again, I don't worry about what happens to it after it leaves my hands. I trust my instincts, I trust my spirit, and I'm being guided. But yeah, that was just another moving moment. And when you guys do what you do for me, it just I'm not used to it. I'm not used to people doing things like that for me. Chief says tough times don't last, tough people do. You're right. Uh, you're definitely right. Ray says it definitely supports the channel, boost your channel and the algorithm. Um, and Ray says, awesome, David. And Chief says, great, David Jessup. Yes, I greatly appreciate it. David says, we're going to turn you into a coffee holic. Yeah, you're going to turn me into a coffee holic that, gets emotional when you guys do this for me all the time. Again, I've always lived a lot, like, the only people that, well, and obviously it would make sense. You depend on your mother and father, your family to help support you when times get tough throughout life, especially when you're younger. And my mother and father have always been there for me, always. And, you always wonder where you get certain things from your personality or the person you grow into, your characteristics or whatever. And I have pieces of my mother in me, and I have pieces of my father in me. Um, and they're both amazing people. And I'm glad they're still alive, both at 85 years old. They've had their struggles. And I've said this before, God bless my brother for making the sacrifices that he's made. Ah, but I appreciate it, David. We got Sobin Vlog says, hi, sir. Good morning. My Bodo from India. Well, welcome from India. Sobin Vlog, I appreciate you being here. My name's Michael, and I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. And it's a beautiful day, and it's a great time to be alive. That's all I can say. Appreciate all the little things in life and makes you happy. But Satiris 9 LOL says, good morning. I'm Sodi, femboy from Greece, age 24. Well, welcome, Satiris 9 LOL. Good morning to you and welcome to my live stream. Thanks for being here and hanging out with us. I appreciate you being here. Again, my name's Michael from the United States, but I'm living here in the Philippines. And I love the Philippine people and I'm happy. Um, uh, Shobin Vlog says EWR form, sir. Not sure what you're asking me, and I apologize. But I'm from the United States, if that's what you're asking me, and I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Ray says, LOL, maybe I'll do a shorts video about Michael calling him a raging coffeeholic. Well, I guess by then, Ray, if you do that, then I guess I could say I've made it just like you. Uh, you don't make it, I guess, or become anything famous or special until you've, I guess, somebody puts you on blast on their YouTube channel. Imagine that. But I'd be okay with Ray if you wanted to call me a raging coffeeaholic, even at 2 coffees a day. Um, Dave said, Sir, Indonesia is a very friendly country. Someday come here. It's 1000% friendlier than Thailand and Vietnam. Well, Dave, if I ever do that, I'm going to do that trip with you and, Che or whoever. Uh, that way you can be my tour guide. That would be very nice. And I would definitely enjoy going to a different country with a friend and somebody that I knew. So, Mr. Dave, you're always going to be a friend of mine because you've always been here from the beginning. Jason says a super chat trend has started. If you're enjoying this live stream, help a brother out. Don't be afraid to donate to his cause. Karma might reward you someday. Yeah, that's also true. I guess I always live with the mindset, especially here when I try to help less fortunate people here. Um, do unto others as you would want done unto you. Um, we're all, whether, from the Bible, for whatever, from the kindness of your heart, wherever it comes from. Uh, I know we can't save and help everyone. I understand that, and neither can I. But it can make a difference in someone's life. One, two, three, and again, randomly, I have these moments where it happens, and it just happened with this girl, 9 years old, eight, nine, 10. It's really hard because when I see them working, it's like all they're doing is like it's hard. She just wanted to sell me a towel. She wasn't looking for money, but I said, I don't want a towel, but why don't I just give you this instead? And I just gave her the change that I had, um, and made sure I saved at least 20 pesos for myself to get a bottle of water. Uh, but thank you for the comment, Jason, and I appreciate the super chat. So Nine says, God bless you, American person. Well, God bless you too. I'm just me. So I tell people I'm just Michael, and what you see is what you get, and I'm just being me. We have ah, you guys kill me when you change your name. Although I know that you have a blue jacket. So hello, good afternoon. Um, I wish I knew who that was that changed their name and their emoji, but you'll quickly remind me. I know Philip changed his. David says, hi, cute Ray. Good afternoon. Brian says, good afternoon. Unpronounceable by Australians. Hollow Yosef says, hi. Um, Grand Philippines says, what's going on now? I dozed off for a minute. More jokes. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you fall asleep, Ray. I already made Sassy fall asleep. Um, Ray says, hey, Dave. Insert Brian says, good man. Jason says, I'll take a boat to Dumaguete one day. You buy a coffee on the boulevard. Wow. That'd be awesome, Jason. That'd be awesome just to meet you as well as so many other people. YouTube has been nothing but a blessing. Chief says, Ray, you showed your nips when you dozed off. Remember, Chief has the ability, he can teleport and he can be invisible. So he's got his eyes on you, Ray. That's laughing at Chief. Nikki Mickey says 20 people on the stream. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, about 20. I'm happy. Heck, if there was one on here, I'd be happy. So I guess maybe you make 20 or 21. Appreciate it, Nikki Mickey. Uh, uh, insert Brian said I had to harden up there a bit, otherwise I would go broke. A Chief's laughing at debt. Jason says, yeah, it's hard to pass up the beggars. They flock to Americans there. Uh, Cut the stream, it's too boring. Sorry, Nikki, if you don't like it, you don't need to be here. Uh, you're free to say whatever you want, but that's fine. That's all right. I don't just sit here all the time. Like, I just take people with me. Sometimes I go walking. I'm here and there, everywhere, Nikki, but, to each his own. If you're boring, you don't have to be here. So, like a television, change the channel. You can go bye-bye. You don't need to be here. Nobody's forcing you to be here. Ray says, my nips are out 80% of the time. Gotta let them breathe. That's facts there, Chief. Uh, Ray's laughing. And then David hit me up again. What you put out in the world comes back to you. I do believe in that. I do believe you're exactly right. And then Ari, but thank you, Chief. You couldn't have said it any better. That's it. Kind of like what you do unto others, do unto others that you would hopefully have done unto you if you were in a similar situation or whatever like that. And David, Jason, Chief, everybody else that's ever donated, you're you're having a positive effect in my life. You are helping me. and I'm thankful and blessed for that. I appreciate it. Um, Ari Hunt Jane says Ray sticking the tongue out. Chief says at least the young lady is working and not stealing. Yeah, that's exactly right. You're exactly right. And Jason says nice job, David. And Chief says that's 100% correct for David. Yeah, you're exactly right. Um, Ray says Lynn was chopping up vegetables, talking about Barbero, which means womanizer, playboy. I said I'm definitely not a Barbero, especially not while you're holding a knife. Yeah, you better watch what you say when the Filipinos got their hands on a knife. Can be dangerous. Um, Dave Travel says, "What does Che think when Mister Drift gets emotional?" Um, I don't really know what she thinks. She's, I guess, seen me on occasion get emotional. I guess depending on if she's with me in these emotional times, but she knows the kind of person. She knows who I am. Like I think she can feel it. I would like to think she just knows that she knows somebody who has a good and kind heart. That would probably be the best way, best word she could say. Chief says, Eric, whatever, who are you calling that? Ray says, hi, Ari. So you guys know Ari, maybe. Ray in the Philippines says, maybe me, Chief. I'm a hoe. He says, me too, Ray. Just don't want him calling the young lady that. Yeah, exactly. Uh, Ray says, right, giving them the opportunity to turn a positive. Chief says 100%, Ray. Uh, Ray says, gotta get you an a-hole hater. Yeah. Um, Chief says, Ray, what is Lynn cooking? Edwin says, hi from Frosty, Kansas City, Missouri. Hello, Edwin. Welcome. How are you doing, my friend? How you doing? You know me, just living the dream here in Dumaguete, Philippines, talking to all you wonderful people. But yeah, 32 degrees sounds a little bit too nip for me. But thanks a lot for being here, Edwin. Always appreciate it. Ray says chicken and shrimp pants. Pants is like angel hair pasta rice noodles. Exactly. Chief says hello to Edward. Alyssa Velarde says hello, sir. Hello, Alyssa Velarde. Welcome here. Thank you for being here, supporting my channel as I live stream with many other amazing people that always continue to support my channel as well as the new people. So thank you, Alyssa, for being here. Where are you from? Brian says, help and support her family. The poverty kills me there. Yeah. Breaks my heart into 1,000 pieces. But that says, at Ray, pants it, be home. Wow, Ray, that sounds great. Edwin says, hi to Chief. David says, we can only do what we can do for others. It all just comes from the heart. And that's exactly right. Very well said and exactly right. Because I'm gonna start walking soon. I'm gonna try and see if I can do this for you guys. Take you on a walk. Um, Maglab says, "What's up, Chief Master?" It says, "Hi, hello there, Maglab. Welcome, my friend. I'm Michael Dumaguete, Philippines." And Che says, "Hey, everyone." Det says hi to Che. Chief says, "Maggle, I'm just drinking and dreaming." Chief says hello to Che. Che says hello to Det. Edwin says, Michael, how many miles you walking each day? Yesterday, I was just shy of 11 miles yesterday. Normally, I do like 10. And I'm going to probably put my power bank on my phone. Well, I'm at 55. I should be good, maybe getting to the mall. I'm going to try getting caught up with these comments and then I'm going to walk to you guys to the mall. NHA says, hi, Chief. How are you? Ray says, yes. He is using Behan Pantset. I like Panton as well. Jason said, did his internet crash out? I hope not. Still gone. Oh, then Ray says, hey, Che, Che, dog, woof, woof. Yeah, that's a little woof, woof bark. Just a small one. That says, I'm doing well, Che. Thank you. Jason says, nope, it was just me. Christian says, long hair, are you in the Philippines? Yes, I'm in the Philippines, Christian. Dumaguete, Philippines. Uh, that's where I'm at. Epic Mystery, same thing. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, but I'm going to go for a walk with you guys, see how the internet holds up. Who much is given, much is required. Yep. Chief says hi to Che. Uh, Gaz Coleman says, hi, how's it going? Where are you today? I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Gaz Coleman. Or Gaz Coleman, sorry, my apologies. Where are you at, Gaz Coleman? I'm Michael from the United States, though, in the Philippines. Ray says, hey, Edwin. Chief says, hit the like, please. It's free. That's true. Edwin says, hey, Ray. And Brian says, hi, Che. Insert says D. Edwin says, Michael, that's super. You got me beat at 4 miles a day. Well, I mean, I always tell people your minimum, and I'm going to give this a shot, you guys, and hopefully this doesn't cut out. I may skip over comments, and I apologize because if I'm not at the bottom of the comments, I won't be able to see if you guys say, Michael, it's cutting off or something. So, Edwin, just the fact that you're doing 6 to 7 miles a day, that's great. Use it or lose it is what I tell people. Brian says, I didn't see you there. David says, hi, Brian. Okay. Brian says, hi, David. Milan says, give them Filipinos some BWC. I don't know what that is. What is it called when a chameleon can't change a color? A reptile dysfunction. Very good, Lucifer. Very good, Lucifer. That's funny. Edwin CV says, Michael, take a boat to Apo Island to do a dive. Yes, Apo Island is a place I want to visit. A lot of people go there. They just don't go there for they only go there for the day. A lot of people I know don't spend the night. Now I'm at the bottom of the comments, and I might not have to leave my AirPods in when I get walking further away from the water because it's not as breezy. But I'm gonna try this, guys. I'm gonna make an attempt to see how my 5G holds up. And I'm gonna take you up past Quaison Park. This is really putting you guys in my shoes, and I gotta just want to keep an eye on my power on my phone if I need to go to the power bank. Uh, Chief says, Milan, I don't know if beans with chili. Milan, LOL, Chief, an appropriate response. So I'm just gonna walk around, see what I can do. But you guys, um, just keep me up, Brian. Josh Wilson said, this is the most walking I've done in a long time. Ray says, like it, Chief. Michael likes beans in his chili. Yeah, I like beans with or without. I don't know if you were meaning me as in Michael. There's so many darn Michaels. But I'm going to take you guys to Quaison Park. That way, any of you single guys, if I see any attractive Filipinas, I can make you guys happy. But just keep me updated on the video or audio, whether Ray, Josh, Dad, Brian. We'll see how it goes. This is a test. Um, and I think sometimes too, like someone said, like don't walk super fast, like take your time. But thank you. They were actually, and see here in Dumaguete, they stop for you. Like that was the one thing in Bacolod. Like they don't always. They're more or less concerned about getting from point A to point B. But I'm just looking at the 5G, and it still shows that you guys are still on there. And I think maybe they're actually putting the Christmas decorations up on the trees there because I see some of the balls and like the fake icicle lights. Yeah, they kind of got them up. All right, David, thank you for the update. The tricycles there are big. That's good. Yeah, see, the ones in McCold are dinky. They're so darn small. I'm gonna try taking my AirPods out. Although you guys will hear a little bit of uh hold on, background noise. It's okay because the wind is what's the worst. So now, yeah, I need a gimbal. I have my gimbal. I have a DJI gimbal at home. Actually, being that I have my backpack, I probably could have bought it. But see, there, these are all the lights they hang up on the tree. They're just very late putting up their decorations here in Quaison Park. Usually these are up in like October. So I don't like, yeah, they have some of them up here, but I'm surprised that it took so long for them to put them up. But yeah, this is Quaison Park. And like I said, still a little too hot, and it is only 12:40, so I'm sure a lot of people, I'll be along the main street over here, and then you'll be able to see. I mean, I'll take you exactly where I go. But yeah, this is Quaison Park. This is like a big place where people hang out. And there's like, you know, the very old famous church. But yeah, definitely the tricycles in Bacoa, it's like a little baby baggage buggy for a baby. This is St. Catherine of Alexandria. I can probably, well, I'll go down this way. Yeah, Christmas does start early here in the Philippines, Brian. That's why, for whatever reason, Quaison Park late putting up their Christmas decorations. I don't know why. All right, at least I see the 5G still has all the bars. Again, I plan on showing you, you know, what I see. You guys don't really need to look at me. Wolfgang's here too. Going for a walk. I'm gonna take you where I go and see how this works out and see if I don't lose the signal. We'll see. I don't know. This is just test. But the good thing is if it does kick out on me, at least I'm right at 90-minute mark, which is good. Good morning, Wolf. User says it's dark out, this can't be live. Well, I'm in the Dumaguete, Philippines, so it's definitely live. Yep, Dumaguete, Philippines. Walking to Robinson Mall. You know what? I see Det says the streets are very clean. Honestly, I've seen an improvement in the Dumaguete, keeping things cleaner than before. You know, I was in Bacolod for 4 months, and then when Che and I came back here, we had noticed, well, one of the first things I noticed, there was less trash. Less trash, and that's an improvement. But yeah, for the most part, I guess you could say they're fairly similar. Like I said, the best part is being along the water. That's, to me, like the most impressive thing about being in Dumaguete. You're just closer to the ocean. But I stayed in that hotel once when I first got here, the Cayun Inn. called the Cayung Inn, and that is where I stayed there for my first 2 weeks when I got here in July of 2024. So I stayed in that hotel. This is the new Yamaha dealership, bikes. And then that hotel right up there, where you can see at the top, like the glass, that's the DCCCO hotel. They have a rooftop pool. It's a very nice hotel right there. Again, just the signal might go. I see LTE now. It makes me nervous. Just let me know. Hey, Miss Dimple, thank you for being here. I'm going for a walk, taking these people to the mall. We'll see if the signal lasts. I don't know. This is more of a test situation. Seeing if my 5G data, well, it's back to 5G, showing 3 bars, 2 bars. Kind of goes up and down. But welcome, Ms. Dimple. I'm glad you're here. Brian says it was developed for certain types of leukemia, but they found it also worked just on me. Again, I'm just going to leave it at, like I said, the bottom of the comments. Just that way, one of you guys alerts me and says, hey, Michael, the signal's going to crap. Then I know. All right, off of me. You guys don't need to look at me. It's just my hand gets sweaty. But yeah, I walk this time. Yeah, Miss Dimple, I'll be safe. I walk this way all the time. I'm very comfortable with the people here in Dumaguete. They've always been, for the most part, everybody very nice, welcoming, say hello. But yeah, gimbal would probably be easier because I'm probably bouncing around for you guys, and I apologize. Yeah, there's just some water that goes out into the ocean on this bridge. As you can see, it goes down. You got some squatters down through there. But yeah, I've walked through here all the time. There's not much room to walk, but I've walked here a lot. There's the famous Food Net restaurant. A lot of people go there for basically cheap Philippine food. Samsung store. But there's usually a lot of traffic along this way. But again, I never feel unsafe or anything like that. All right, I see you, Dixon Myas. Says, yo, shout out my broski, Dixon Myas. Well, there you go. I shot him out, Dixon Myas. Brian's Chief says, Brian, we don't know yet, waiting for more tests. Stone Cold says, near enough is good enough in the Philippines. Yeah, that's the way I look at it too. A little doggy hanging out on the sidewalk. Lots of motorbikes. Yeah, you can fit like 1, 2, 3. You can fit up to 7 people in one of those tricycles. You can fit 4 normal sized people, 4, well, if they have children on their lap, in the cart. And then on the motorbike, the back seat, you can fit sometimes 2 to 3 people on that. So yeah, they're making money if they can get that many people in there. Ah, there's a jeepney. But there's more of those in Bacolage. They don't have tricycles this big. They don't have that. They have the dinky ones. Like I said, it looks like a little stroller for a baby hooked up. Well, some of them don't even have a motorbike hooked up. They have a bicycle hooked up to the little, I call it a baby baggage cart. Maybe I am cutting in and out. Let me see. Dave Travis says walking around is when you could be using $30 hand-free shoulder mount Mobile app for a stable cellular connection, prime electronic. Yeah, I need to be using my my gimbal. That's what it would definitely help a lot. Again, yeah, Chief Che will have a big meal. I'm gonna need a big meal. My first thing I gotta get, I know there's a store down here, I get water. I need water. But I apologize, Dave, I'm cutting in and out. I expected that to happen. Has Jen from Every Man Has a Story, or hubby who died channel contacted you? I recommend she interview yourself and Che. Huh. As Jen from Every... You know what, Stone Cold, that I never met him, but I know of him, and I think that Every Man Has His Own Story, the guy that passed away, then Jen being his wife, well, widowed wife. They live in Dumaguete, don't they, Stone Cold? Oh, shoulder mount, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's definitely things I gotta improve as I get, you know, more into this, but I just think I'm gonna need Starlink in the end. Now the 5G's holding up really for the most part. I noticed it only went to LTE once. This is the bus station where you get a bus. We go to Che's Province or to and from Bacolid, wherever you're going, that's the bus station. Thank you, David. I appreciate the update. Yeah, I just keep my eye on the 5G for the most part, and it's showing all the bars. Once it gets out of 5G, it kind of takes a little bit of a nosedive. But I think walking slower than I normally would helps as well. But yeah, there's another one of those jeepneys. I think this is another one. But you just see more of those in Bacolid. Plus they have the step up. I guess they have them here. It's like a bus, but it's air conditioned. And I don't like going in jeepneys. They're too small. I can't fit. Oh, okay, Stone Cold. You said Jen is looking for couples to interview. I'm following you. I'm assuming she lives here in Dumaguete because I haven't met anybody. Sorry. I just bought some calamansi. Yeah, I've heard mixed opinion. This is where they have the cockfighting with the chickens and roosters. or whatever they use, roosters. This is where the cockfighting, betting stuff goes down. Yeah, Dave, I've heard mixed opinions on Starlink and then what you're talking about. I'm just gonna have to wait and see. But thank you, Miss Dimples. Yeah, I mean, I just, obviously I want to visit Palawan someday where you live, Miss Dimples. That's where I like to go. I want to visit Palawan someday. So whenever that happens, I'll be sure to let you know, Miss Dimple. What part of Palawan do you live in, Miss Dimple? Like, where are you at? Are you near, like, I don't know, the popular place everybody talks about is El Nido. I'm sure there's other sections. Dumaguete, Philippines. This is where it's at. Dumaguete, Philippines. I'm walking like into the city, but going to the mall because I need to get something in the mall. It's LTE now. Oh, Coron, Palawan. Okay, thank you, Miss Dimple. I don't know how close that is to El Nido or anything, but as far as I'm concerned, everything in Palawan looks beautiful. Chief, I told her to stop, and I'm a man of my word. There you go, Chief. Yeah, I kind of cut through all these little sections. Usually I can walk faster in the street than I can on the sidewalk. But you're welcome, Arihan, Jane, you're welcome. Yeah, Dumaguete, Philippines. On my way to the shopping mall. It'd be nice to cool off in the aircon a little bit, honestly, too. That's the store I usually go to, but there's too many people there. And right around the corner is the mall. This is the Robinson's Place of Dumaguete. This is the mall. I gotta take my bag off because I'm probably gonna want to check my bag anyway. Hot. Hopefully this works. I don't know. I don't know how well this is gonna work in here, but we'll find out. All I know is it feels a heck of a lot cooler in here. Whew. Ugh. Hot. You guys even still have a signal in here? This is the famous Robinson Mall. Oh wow, Josh says good signal. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised. Whew. Wow, I didn't expect it. Now it's showing LTE, but all 5 bars. I don't connect to the Wi-Fi ever in the mall because there's so many people on it, and it would just be no good. Thank you, Stone Cold Josh. That says that's one of my culture shock here in Dubai. They don't check bags. Yeah, sometimes like once you get to know the guards, like I haven't been in the mall as much as I used to be. They usually just, let me go right in, but I'll go upstairs. Like I said, I don't know who's single and looking for Filipinas, but you never know what I'm gonna see while I'm in here, so I'm gonna help you out. Yes, Lee, Michael almost had a scrap. Not really. He just wasn't being very nice to Filipina P. At least from my perspective, that's what it, They're doing some singing over here. They're getting all their Christmas stuff ready. I still can't believe there's a signal in here. This is amazing. I honestly didn't think I'd make it to the mall. I figured I'd lose the signal. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, there's one place where you're going to see a lot of foreigners, and that's in the mall. Um, but yeah, they got Moon Cafe over here. A lot of people go to. Now, I like the one at North Point in Dumaguete. That Moon Cafe in North Point is much nicer. It's outdoors. This is nice, but it's just smaller. But yeah, you got a lot. I mean, I don't buy much in a mall. What do I need? I'm in the Philippines. Like, I'm not here to, if I need shirts or something like that, I go to Tops and Bottoms and I can pay 200 pesos for a shirt. But I appreciate you guys still here, me just showing you the mall. Yeah, I haven't been here in a while. That's where I go to do my smart card stuff, right in here. That's where I set that up. Hello. Everybody says hi in here, though. Yeah, you are right, Jason. The mall culture is definitely different here. Damn. Yeah, they're singing music down there. Yeah, like, I don't remember seeing stuff like that in the United States. Like, I don't know. It's just more active. The mall reminds me now what the mall felt like to me maybe in like the late 70s or the early 80s. Like, malls were like where everybody went. They even have like a game room down here. Wow, I even got the 5G back. Holy crap. I would have never expected this. Well, now at least I know I can get to the mall. I mean, but they got plenty of stores. Like, I don't know. Like I said, as long as I have my good Brooks sneakers, walking shoes, what the heck else do I need? Yeah, Ray would be looking for a Spencer's. Now, that would be funny if there were still a Spencer's here. If there was a Spencer's in the mall, that would be, like, funny. I'd really felt like I went back in a time machine. But, like, yeah, like, they have this kind of, like, game room thing. Some, like, skee ball and all that kind of stuff. But I was in there once playing games. But you don't really, I don't know if they have much of this in the United States anymore. I never see it that much. You know, they got all the lights and I don't know. BDO ATM machines in the mall. But yeah, I guess the closer it gets for Christmas, it's going to be busier and busier. For all the motorbike enthusiasts and stuff, they got all your helmet spider stuff in there. Sneakers, shoe stores. Yeah, they got everything. But still trying to figure out Victoria's Secret. Oh boy. But yeah, they got all this down here going on. I guess they're gonna have like a Christmas show, something. People filling up the seats, and you know, it's just more family oriented, more old school. Reminds me of when I was younger. All that stuff that no longer exists. But I mean, you know, you got your cell phone place and stuff like that. Like if you need stuff, there's an Apple place somewhere. And And then if you ever come to this mall and you need to transfer money through Western Union, it's right around the corner down here. Which is where I'll be going after I get off. I transfer my money from home through Western Union because it's cheaper. And then you just come right in here. She's on her break until 2 o'clock, so I got basically an hour anyway, but that's where I go. Here's the currency exchange place if you need to exchange currency. You basically have everything you need in the mall. I mean, I eat there. Laylam's popular to eat, like little wraps and stuff like that. But they used to have a place where I'd get a mango smoothie, but I don't think that's here anymore. But I need to give these glasses a break, even though I won't be able to read anything anybody's saying. But yeah, there's a decent amount of people here. It's not, you know, not crazy. You can find what you're looking for. Plus they have a supermarket in here as well. Robinson Supermarket, which is right there at the bottom in the mall. So if you need grocery shopping, you can go over there. Oh, I see that. Jason says to send money with less fees, use Wise. I do have a Wise account. It was set up for something else, but I never used it to transfer. So I might have to look into that more, Jason. Usually, like I said, I go to Western Union just because it isn't, for the transfer fee is like $7, $6.99. And then I just pick it up and it's already, you know, they exchange it in Philippine peso currency, which right now is like 59 something to the dollar. So, yeah, I wish I could show you guys more Filipinos. I'm just kind of didn't notice any for anybody that's single coming here, but usually there's a little more, but I haven't really been paying attention either. My apologies. David says, when you send money, they usually get you on the exchange rate. Yeah, they do get you a little bit, because although it's at 59, I understand these exchange places, they need to make money. I do get that. So, like I said, it's currently 59 whatever, and I think I'm getting, my exchange rate is like 57 something. Seems like it's always like 2 points lower than what it actually is. In my limited experience, that seems to be what I've noticed. Now, some other exchange places will give you better rates, but it seems like it's difficult to get money transferred through Western Union in USD. Like if I want to get it in USD, it costs more versus me just transferring money and getting it right away from Western Union or a Western Union representative, getting it in Philippine peso. Like if I wanted to transfer, say, $1,000 USD, it seems like the fee for that transfer is double, triple the amount of what it costs if I'm just transferring American, but converting it to peso. Maybe I'm understanding it wrong. Again, I'm still learning stuff, but that's what it seemed like it was. Anyway, you guys, I think you guys are sick of me by now, walking in the mall. And I still have another hour until I have to go into Western Union. Well, it's a Western Union representative store. But yeah, they got like the Sands rival shops here. They got Shakey's is okay. Like I said, I don't eat out when I go out much here in the Philippines. The only place I recommend is on the other side of Dumaguete City. It's called Astoria Restaurant. He's a private business. His ingredients are top notch. Food is absolutely amazing. Like if you want pasta, He makes his like prime ingredients. You can do like the best salads. It's like very difficult to get romaine lettuce here in the Philippines. So if you can find it in a grocery store, you hit the jackpot. But then like if you want a good chicken salad that's got all the romaine, all the greens and stuff, Estoria, Esturyra. Supposed to be doing a video on his restaurant. I know the owner. I've already spoken to him before. It's just never, he's supposed to get back to me when he's ready. It's just never transpired yet. But if I want a good burger, I go there, Best Burgers. If I want a good pizza, I go there to Astoria. If I want good Philippine food, well, he knows that. He's a Filipino. But he also spent time in the United States, being an owner, being a chef and cook. Like his kitchen is so pristine here, so clean, like you can literally eat off the floor. He took me back into his kitchen. And he has another place, it's like 30 minutes outside of Dumaguete. It's kind of like on a mountainside almost, real beautiful restaurant. I can't remember the name of it because I've never been there. But that's another one he owns. But if anybody ever comes here to Dumaguete and wants to know about certain places to eat, if they want good quality food and they're used to like a Western style menu, that's the place to go, Astoria. Yes, David, you can be critical of my shaking my live stream, but I'm not a professional. So maybe at some point I can live up to your expectations, Mr. Dave. But someday, even if I had like a gimbal, some point I might get to a gimbal, but I won't be I don't know about a shoulder mount anytime soon. Yeah, True North Outdoors says, where are the pretty women at? Quite honestly, I haven't noticed that many here in the mall. Not right now, it's busy, but I've been paying attention to the chat, so my apologies, True North. There are beautiful women here all over the place. Michael, it's hard to say when we've seen a pretty lady after seeing ladies like Lei and Chin. That's true. Yeah, it's true. Jay sees that. Yeah, that's true. But anyway, I think I've had you guys long enough in the mall. I mean, you know, I'll try doing this more sometimes now that I know I can walk. I will try using a gimbal so it's not shaking as much. But yeah, J-Boy, Che, oh boy, J-Boy. But I'll try and do better for you, Mr. Dave. My apologies to everybody in here. 1 star. Sorry I didn't see your comment earlier. Just here at the mall, waiting for Western Union to open up. She's on an hour lunch break. But thank you, 1 star, for being here. Just walked from Dumaguete in the city, the boulevard, and I walked here to the mall. And I didn't lose my signal, and it's 5G in here, which is actually amazing. But other than that, my apologies for the shaky. Appreciate this, Josh. I wish there was more I could, like I said, show you. I mean, there's people coming and going. I mean, I can stand here and talk and waiting. Good pizza had to come by in the Philippines. Yeah, Shakey's is okay. Yeah, but Yellow Cab, I've had those both. Sometimes you can find pizza. Yeah, if you want pizza, you got to go to Astoria. Astoria would be the place. In my opinion, that'd be the best advice I could give you as far as pizza goes. Che, please say hi to me before Ray. Oh, that's funny. I don't know where Che's at right now. Maybe she's home. She was shopping. Heck, I don't know if she was coming to this Robinson supermarket to buy food. I'm not sure. Where you at, Che? Let us know where you're at. Stone Cold says, didn't know to shake it until it was mentioned. So obviously I was shaking. Again, my apologies, everybody. I'm not trying to shake. It's just kind of hard holding the cell phone. I'm doing my best. I'll try harder next time, I promise. Dave said, I sent you a link to a $26 hands-free, battery-free shoulder mount. Easier, better, safer than a gimbal. All right, I know. I'm going to check it out. Is it something I can get through Amazon? Let me know, David. I mean, I'll see the link, but I was just wondering if it's something I could get through Amazon. J-Boy Chase sneaking up on you. I wouldn't doubt it. That's why I was thinking, heck, she might even be at this Robinson's grocery store. This is probably a good spot for me to stand. I can read the chat. You guys can people watch. Chase said she went to the Robinson downtown. She's home now. She's laughing at Chief. I appreciate all you guys being here, though. This has been amazing. See, there you go. There's one for whoever's single. There you go. Che, you and Michael are great people. Well, you're great yourself. You're great yourself, Chief. I appreciate it. Again, I figure maybe if everybody's saying where are all the pretty women at, for those that watching, I figure maybe it's just best for me to stand in one spot. I don't know. That's a good question, Stone Cold. But thank you, Chief. You're a great person as well. Xenox says, looks like the elevator from that Vice City mission. I'm on a mission, actually. David says, Shopee, Philippines. All right, now I'm back down here. I don't know, Stone Cold, if there's a massage place here in the mall. That's a good question. I would like to think there is, because I know they had them in the malls in Bacolod. They did have them in the malls in Bacolod. Muscles Malone says, the Philippines economy is growing so fast, it's not even a third world country anymore. Muscle Malones, I would agree with you that it is growing. Even from the time that I was away from Dumaguete for, well, four months I was away in Bacolod, and then 2 to 3 months that I went home to the U.S. There's, other than the mall here, there's lots of other stuff growing. I mean, I see it all the time. So Muscle Malone, I see it. I definitely see it. I don't feel like I'm in a third world country unless I'm in some bad areas, but I walk through bad areas in the United States that you could consider as a third world country too. Det says, one of my hobbies, people watching. Yeah, I like people watching, especially here in the Philippines. I mean, I'm seeing people that I don't normally see. Ari Han, I know you've been here before, you said, but the emoji you're looking. Muscles Malone's, it's really insane what 30 years did to the country. Through that, Muscles Malone. Jason Effect said, oh my, bedtime for me in New York time zone. Enjoy your day. Thanks for the stream. Enjoy it. Jason Effect, thank you for your super chat. Thank you for always being here and being a great supporter of mine. Also, thank you for basically thinking so highly of me and living your life through me until you get here, Jason. I appreciate it. You're a true real person, and I appreciate it. You're a good dude. So sleep well, Jason. NHA says, thanks, Chief. I appreciate it. You're a great person also. Stone Cold says, what is the white car doing there? I mean, some of these cars that they have for sale, Stone Cold, like over here. You mean these ones? They're selling them. Toyota Corolla, a Nissan. Sometimes they have that other one, that BYD, Build Your Dreams. I don't know if that's one. That's like a Mitsubishi, maybe. I don't know much about cars anymore because I don't have one. I sold mine. X-Force. Yeah, so anybody's interested in buying SUVs, plus hell, there's a big white truck over there too. Chief says, thank you, Che. Go kick the tires. Yeah, I better make sure there's air in these things. Yeah, we're good, Stone Cold. Jason Effect says, heck yeah, cheap massage in the malls. Yeah, I think there probably are. There's plenty of massage places all over Dumaguete City, though, and probably cheaper than the mall, to be honest with you. Chase says, hey, Ray, I told you, hi, second. And Chase says, hi, Chief, Mr. Troubles. Where are you, man? I'm in the Robinson Mall in Dumaguete, Philippines. Be in your eyes, people watching for you guys. Well, as I'm waiting to get some currency exchange upstairs when the young lady gets off her lunch break. But welcome, Mr. Troubles. That's where I'm at. I'm in the Robinson Mall in Dumaguete, Philippines. Kool-Aid, cold approach a woman. I'm probably not going to do that. I have a girlfriend now, Kool-Aid. I don't need to be getting myself in trouble. Chief's laughing at Che. Che said, hi, friendly and cute Che. Det says, Ray is busy eating pants at Biham. Che says, hello, Dave. How are you? J-Boy says, cute drift. Yeah, I know. That's my nickname. It went from cute simple, cute Mr. Simple to cute drift. David, yeah. David has no problem letting a woman or a man know when they are handsome, guapo, beautiful, good looking in his eyes. He just tells you. And when David respects and appreciates somebody that's attractive and good looking, he tells you all the time. But he's not going to give me a big head, and I'm not going to float away like a helium balloon. But God bless Mr. Dave. Well, anyway, guys, I think I should probably end this live stream. I appreciate you guys all being here. Che, there you go. She probably researched it. No massages at the Robinson Mall. But anyway, I'm going to do this again next time. And maybe sometime eventually, a part of my live streams will be meeting people and seeing if they're interested in meeting foreigners. I don't know where my live streams could go. Anything to inspire, motivate, and make people happy. So we'll see. Oh, and Niels, you're just getting here. It's just getting close to ending the live stream, but it's good that you popped in to say hello. I'm in the Robinson Mall, basically gonna do some currency exchange, but I was standing here people watching for people that were asking to see people, Filipinos, women. Yeah, you know that kind of thing, Niels. Det says, yes, this is fun. Well, I hope you think it's fun. I think the next thing would be I think I'd be good at interviewing random people, Filipinos, and seeing what their interest is in foreigners. Just ask them a couple basic questions and move on. Keep it respectable and respectful, and bring you guys something different. But thank you for being here, Niels. I hope all is well. He says hi to Chief. Chase says she's gonna cook chicken curry for dinner. Good, I like chicken curry. Neil said there are massages available at Robinson's Calagio. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Angie Lamario says hi. Che says, God bless you, the Chief, or Che. Chief says, God bless you to Che. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna go get something to drink, water or mango shake. I appreciate all you guys being here, supporting me all the time, all the super chats, all the love, everything. It's humbling, and glad you shared it with me. Emma Watts says, Che, when I get to the Philippines, we're gonna have a curry chicken cook-off. Hey, Emma Watt, wait a minute, let me take care of you before I end this. I need to add you as a blue jacket too. I forgot that the last time, and you're always here. So Emma Watt, I like that idea. Che, you've been challenged. Kalashao. It's like shout with W, Kalashao. And hey, Chief and everybody, Niels, all you guys, Emma Watt. Next time you comment, Emma Watt, you're gonna be blue. Hopefully Che saw that. Che, Emma Watt wants to have a chicken curry cook-off or he might be able to show you a few things. She's only made the chicken curry twice. She's made it twice. So you might be able to show her a few things. But Angel Marrero 61, hello. Chief saying beers. But thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you very much. It'll get put to good use. Trust me on that. Not just all coffee, just everyday living. And your generosity from today and before and whatever, I am always forever grateful and thank you. So with that being said, you guys, thanks a lot. And I hope to see you guys the next time, okay? And if you don't see them on my live stream, I will see you on one of the other ones. We're one big family. So thank you, Che. I'll be safe, Labut. Thanks for helping me have a better day. Chief, of course. And see you, Niels. Thank you, everybody, for being here. God bless. Peace from the Philippines. I love you. See you, everybody.